bit of that hard head. And I'm going to hold this
I've got a Labrador that sits in my
parallel to the hook. I'm going to put 3 wraps through it. Now, deer hair, again, is all about control. So if I just pulled on this right now without my hands anywhere, this would flip over and it would go all over my hook and it would make a mess. But if I pinch below that hair and I pull down, that hair is not going anywhere. So again, it's all about control. And you can see I'm perfectly no hair on the bottom of that. This way I can get an even amount of hair back on there. And this is really the basics to what we call stacking versus spinning hair. Spinning hair is all about working all the way around your hook 360 degrees at one time, where in theory you're able to take one clump of deer hair and spread it evenly throughout a hook. Very, what's that?
Highly theoretical.
Highly theoretical.
What's the glue for?
The glue is to hold the hair together up against the hook. It's just one of those things that adds a little bit of durability. It's the same thing with tying on a thread base. The problem with, it was always taught, and I don't know why it was taught this way, to tie on bare hook shank. The problem with that is you've got nothing to hold your hair to. You've got bare, slippery metal, and you end up with that kind of situation. So by putting a thread base and then putting a little bit of glue in between those stacks of hair, not only am I tying down to something that will hold, but I'm also gluing it there.
Right. Okay.
So again, it's just one of those things. If I catch 2 fish on this and my head starts moving all over the place, I'm going to be pissed. But I can catch probably 30 fish on this before anything starts to crumble apart, you know?
Makes sense.
And natural materials are one of those things. It doesn't matter how good you tie it. Eventually, it's gonna get chewed up.
What kind of glue did you use for it?
That is Loon. It's hardhead is what I'm using. But any good head cement will really work. Now, we're going to do something here real quick. I'm going to show you something. So, stacking deer hair, which is, again, what we're doing here by working top and bottom of the hook shank versus all the way around. A lot of it is about controlling that hair. Now, I could certainly flip this over and I could try to battle all this and I could try to put this exactly where I want it without catching all that hair. But quite honestly, it's going to be a pain in the butt. It's going to be sloppy. I'm probably going to swear a lot. And instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to start this on the top of the shank where I can control everything. It's a little bit easier because I don't have the vise in my way. I don't have anything else. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to hold this in my hands, and I'm going to have about a halfway point in the length of the hair that I can, visually kind of guess at. I'm going to just pull this other hair back. I'm going to hold my hair at an angle. It's about a 45-degree angle to the shank. I'm going to do 2 wraps around it, and I'm just going to move my hand out of the way so you can see what I do here. I'm going to take that entire clump using the thread, and I'm going to walk it to the bottom of that hook shank, okay? I'm going to put my thumb on top, grab the eye of the hook with my middle finger, and I'm going to tighten my thread down. So now I've got that full clump of hair on the bottom of the hook shank, and the top of my hook shank is bare, and I didn't have to mess with my vise in any way.
And if you used regular thread, most likely you would have broke it doing that.
I would have broke the thread, and there would have been hair all over the place.
This makes sense. Yeah. Things are starting to make more sense now.
That's what we're going for.
Things are starting to make more sense now.
I actually can see the light bulb right now. It's pretty exciting. This is good.
I'm like,
That's what I'm